And from signs like these throughout this Preston Hollow neighborhood, it's clear that the Bushes have had a welcome homecoming here in Dallas.
Sherbert says it's tough to say how many voters have crossed party lines this year, but he did say that the record turnout of early voters here in Dallas County from both parties is a good indicator that the outcome will be a close one.
The City Council's Public Safety Committee is reviewing the curfew ordinance right now in the building behind me, because according to police, juveniles accounted for more than 20% of all burglaries. Patients. They've also moved out medical records and food, because for now, they're going to have to set up shop elsewhere. Months ago, the ministry could see around 70 or so individuals a day.
We will need at least 3 ambulances for those 5, maybe more.
Mission Oaks Care Center staff and Sherman firefighters evacuated more than 100 people from the nursing home today. Heavy rainfall overnight caused flooding in most of the Sherman area.
Panic. We didn't know if the rain was going to stop or what.
Did you ever get a count?
The patients were placed in school buses and ambulances and taken to a local hospital.
Nursing home did a good job to get the patients up into another area that was dry.
Mike Shelnut came to the nursing home to see if his 89-year-old mother was okay.
I found her. She was scared to death, just like all the other patients were scared to death.
We'll load her and take her off that way.
Nearby, the Sherman Healthcare Center was also hit hard by the rains, and more patients had to be moved.
The main thing is just keeping them calm and alert of what's going on. All the water, I wasn't going to move and get drowned out there, and I can't walk. So I couldn't walk.
They moved out over 60 patients. They've also moved out medical records and food, because for now, they're going to have to set up shop elsewhere. The Sherman Fire Chief says fortunately no one was hurt at either nursing home, because the workers stayed calm and didn't panic. For SMU TV, Michelle Gillespie reporting. When church members arrived Sunday at Lake Highlands Baptist Church in Dallas, the reminder was still there, that taggers had used church property as a canvas for graffiti.
It hurts, no doubt about that, because you like to feel like you're making a positive difference in the community.
The church has been hit twice by taggers, once on May 30th and then again on June 3rd. They also painted dozens of trash cans in nearby alleys. Doug Woodham with the Old Lake Highlands Crime Watch group has been working closely with the Dallas police to find the suspects.
I think we're talking about kids that have excess time on their hands and they really don't know how to be any more creative than to be destructive to someone else's property.
Woodham says one suspect calls himself Skunk. Those are his initials, SK. And another suspect calls himself White Rabbit. The bunny rabbit ears are his mark.
The things that I was just talking about today in our church services was the importance of when you do something wrong, that you stop it, that you turn around, that you show people that you can be different.
The pastor says he's already forgiven the suspects who damaged his church, but police aren't going to be that forgiving. The taggers could now face felony charges. For SMU TV, I'm Michelle Gillespie. Holly Giffen, an administrator at Baylor Health Center in Dallas, has voted on the Republican ticket for every presidential election for the past 32 years. But when she voted early this year, she cast her vote for Barack Obama.
I was too fearful that if we elected again a Republican who did vote in line with Bush, that we would see 4 more years of the same. And I'm not willing to pass that on to my son.
For voters like Giffen who desperately want change, Barack Obama has proved to them to be the better choice.
He is willing to talk to the people and answer the hard questions, such as, what are you going to do for me to change our economy in the next 4 years? He answered those questions, and I just don't feel that McCain did.
Jesse Garcia, the director of the Stonewall Democratic Party of Dallas, echoes Giffen's concern about McCain.
He's attached to a party and a president that's very unpopular. The economic downturn is being blamed solely on the Republican administration.
Garcia believes McCain's 2008 campaign has failed to excite voters the same way he did in 2000.
They're saying, where is that maverick that we saw in 2000 that was ready to buck the party?
Dallas County Elections Administrator Bruce Sherbert isn't convinced the Democratic turnout is because Republicans have crossed party lines.
I think it's like any large urban area that you look at, the changing demographics and how they could affect how voters swing one way or another. I'm not sure you've had loyal Republicans desert their party.
Sherbert says it's tough to say how many voters have crossed party lines this year, but he did say that the record turnout of early voters here in Dallas County from both parties is a good indicator that the outcome will be a close one. For SMU TV, I'm Michelle Gillespie.